My name is Jasmine Simmons, and today I'm going to do a persuasive speech on helping homeless children in different ways that we can support them. Today my audience consists of my mom, my cousin Kiki, my little brother Lucky, my auntie Robbie, and my sister Haley, who's going to be my reporter. I know many of you may see lots of homeless children on the streets, but does anybody think of different ways that we can help them, try to support them? Because street life is no life for children. Any of you know that there are 25 million people in the United States are homeless, and children make up half of that. And according to Kim of Early Childhood Education, almost 50% of them are under the age of 6. Many of us don't realize that youth homelessness is a complex issue that is often overlooked in the United States. And over 5,000 children die each year from being homeless. There are many different causes for children to become homeless. It can be poverty. The lack of housing. Their parents could lose their house because they don't have the money to pay the bills. It can get foreclosed. Their parents could lose their jobs. Mental health issues. Parents could get hooked on drugs and totally forget about their children and their well-being. Their family members could even die, and they may not have other family members in the world who are able to take care of them. So they're just on the streets on their own. There are different risks to children being out on the streets. They could get different types of illnesses. They're more likely to be sexually assaulted by different people on the street physically. They can get kidnapped for human trafficking. They can start drug use to try to get away from the pain that they may be feeling from being out on the streets. Different mental illnesses from just being out on the streets and not having nowhere to go. They can get any type of mental illnesses. They can get disabilities, different type of disabilities. And it's known that homeless children have different higher rates of being disabled and having different mental illnesses going on with them rather than children who live in a stable home and have people around them, family members who care and love them. These children need lots of things. They need food, water, they need shelter. They really need medical care because they're suffering from different things on the streets, from just physical illnesses to mental illnesses. They can have negative social outcomes when it comes to being around people. They need different clothing, especially when the winter comes. They may not have lots of clothing. They can, suffer from frostbite. Education is one of the biggest things. It can have positive outcomes and negative outcomes. The positive outcomes could be coming from, when they're in school, they can get a sense of belonging. They can feel like, a sense of stability. And when they see a teacher trying to help them learn something, sit down and talk to them, try to help them with their schoolwork, and just listen to what they have going on and what they have to say, that can make up for a lot more. Sometimes they just need someone to talk to. The negative outcomes is, they can learn slowly. From being out on the street so long, they can tend to develop things slower than other children. They can get repeated back in the same grade that they may be in. They may have different learning disabilities. They may learn very much slower than other children. So it's very important for when they're in school, teachers pay extra close attention to them. And, just let them know that they're there for them. They're trying to teach them to learn something so they can just get somewhere better in life. There are many, many, many different ways that we can get involved to help these children. Volunteer time, just going to different shelters and churches and going to different organizations and just talking to them. And, asking them about their situations, how did it end up, where are their family members, do they have anybody there for them, or any different types of things. anything could help them. Time is one of the most important because sometimes they just need somebody to talk to. You can donate money, clothing. Money can put toward their education, toward them seeking some medical care, toward them getting clothes, shoes, and anything. I know many of people seen different commercials about, different children in different countries. I've seen pictures of children where they haven't ate. You can see their bones, and they're just really sad because they have nothing. They have absolutely nothing. So they're just asking people to donate anything possible for these children, because every day children are dying from this. There was a lady. They had a commercial about her where she had 6 kids and she was living in a cemetery, and the man on the cemetery let her stay there as long as she kept it clean, kept people out of it. And her children had to sleep. Some of her children had to sleep on the ground, and some had to sleep on top of crypts with bodies in them. And they didn't really have any blankets or anything. They barely had clothing. It was hard for her to get food for her and her children. So when you think about stuff like that, you think about, you have a place to go home to. You have somewhere to go lay your head. You have people, family around you. These children don't. And they need somebody. A million children have no place to call home. But we do. So we should be the voice for them to help them and try to donate anything as possible. Like I said, volunteer. If you can't donate anything, just volunteer your time. Around Thanksgiving and Christmas, you can volunteer shelters to help pass out food for them. Just give them some type of hope and let them know that you're here to help them. There are different organizations around the world. It's an organization called Kids Around the World, which is a non-profit organization that provides shelter, and they deliver food to the children who've been victims of different natural disasters, like earthquakes, flooding, hurricanes, and different things like that, who lost their family members and only have them. They may just have themselves, or they may have little siblings that they have to take care of. VOA is Volunteers of America. They provide different backpacks and book supplies for kids. Their parents may not have the money to get it for them, and all they want to do is go to school. Like I said, by volunteering, donating, and just spreading the word, we can be the voice for these children. They need us. So let us be their voice and let us help them, because war is not the only important thing. These children are way more important.
Okay.